I promise you guys, I stop for fishing sharks. Yeah.
This is one of many reasons why you need to come on a trip with Project Hiu. It is amazing. Today we're extremely excited because
we're gonna go save some sharks.
Let's go!
Selamat pagi.
This is Project Hiu, a non-for-profit with the aim of trying to stop shark fishing in Indonesia, which is the largest country in the world when it comes to this practice.
Left me with all the stuff.
It all started with a simple question. Would shark fishermen still fish if they had an alternate income? By hiring shark fishermen and their boats to take tourists out on amazing trips, they provide them with another way to make money. It's a lot safer and they don't need to be out at sea for a month at a time catching sharks. But more on that a little later. We have some snorkeling to do.
That's the one.
That's the one? Yeah, I think it fits. I'm ready.
Where we are right now is our best chance at seeing sharks today.
Fingers crossed.
Stick around and we'll give you more information about Project Hiu throughout the video, but for now, we're gonna jump in.
You ready? You don't look ready.
Soon.
We're ready to snorkel. Oh, I'm so excited. Are you ready now?
Nope.
I need to put my goggles on first.
We've seen 3 or 4 sharks so far. They must be babies, they're pretty small.
Really small.
We hope that you can see them on there because they're quite far away, obviously quite elusive.
But so amazing to see.
The coral here is awesome.
Beautiful.
Oh, our people are going, we gotta get
going. We'll fill you in when we get back to the boat. Wow, it's even higher in protein than...
Thank you.
That's just what you need after such a good snorkel.
This black
Some
one,
snacks.
what is that?
Soy.
Oh. Soya. When the soya is
We're at our second spot.
That snorkeling was amazing. The coral was beautiful. We saw a handful of sharks and the eagle ray at the end. Oh, it was awesome. We saw so much cool stuff. Now we've arrived at our second spot for the day. This bit's a bit of a free-for-all. That last snorkel was kind of like a guided snorkel tour. The guides lead the way and they are experts at spotting the sharks, and then we kind of followed them. This time around it's a bit of a free-for-all. There's like a beach, maybe a bit of a cove. You'd only be able to get there with access by a boat, and we're just chilling on the boat for a little while now. People are snorkeling. You can take the paddleboard out, you can relax on the beach if you want, just enjoying the next hour and a half before lunch, and then we get to learn more about Project Hiu. So we'll explain a little bit more about them after that as well. Hey.
The beach.
The views here are pretty good. Everyone's loving them.
Bawa penggosok terus tu, satu tu. Penggosok apa?
Let me guess, now you want your flips.
I must not. Footage of wild Matt in the ocean trying to put a flipper on. Are we ready? Ready! This is without a doubt the best beach we've seen or been on in Lombok.
100% could not agree more.
This is honestly so beautiful.
The sand is so soft.
Yeah.
It's really fine, soft sand, and it's got a slight, very subtle pink tint to it.
You can see some red coral that's broken off a little bit and it's washing up on the shore.
The water here is so clear, so blue, so beautiful. And
I love it here.
there's no one else here, so
We're the only people here. You have got to love this.
yeah, you've got to give it to Project Hiu. They bring you to some beautiful places on this tour.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect beach to spend a reasonable amount of time at, having lunch, swimming, jumping off the boat. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I love this day.
Graceful as ever.
It doesn't matter when the beach is this good. Like, oh, it's amazing here. I love it. The beauty of the surroundings are just amazing. Wow.
But I think it's time to go snorkel some more.
We're gonna do some more snorkeling. Lunch is served. This looks so good. Oh my god.
Got some noodles, some rice, some vegetable soup. Yeah, for a good day snorkeling, this is exactly what you need.
Yeah.
Most of you know these are the shark fishing boats. I'll explain a little bit how they actually do it, what they have to go through when they go out fishing, and talk about the project work. So when they go out at sea, they go on these boats. They have to go 5 to 6 days out to the open ocean before they actually start fishing. They use these long lines. As you can see, they are really tiny, really slippy. Each of the line has around 30 to 35 hooks. This is used for bigger sharks. The smaller sharks tend to die on the long lines, but the bigger sharks, they have to be harpooned and brought closer because they tend to fight back. Sometimes the sharks are too big and they have to cut them in pieces, which is terrifying to realize, because like a lot of sharks you can curve around in the fridge, but if they have to be cut in pieces, they usually are massive. The long lines are really slippy. We had a lot of scenarios where the sharks took off when they were reeling in the long line. a shark can take off and the long line with the empty hooks can swing past the crew with the empty hooks. So what happened to Manan is that he got hooked by his pinky and he got dragged underwater 60 meters. He's been underwater for 2 minutes, obviously like fighting back. So like if you can hold breath for 2 minutes, that's already a lot, but if you are like, you know, trying to fight a shark, that's like a lot of oxygen. So 2 minutes underwater, when they pulled him back up, he was unconscious, a lot of bleeding everywhere. They were luckily able to resuscitate him, so Manan is here with us, but that was a really scary experience the boys had.
What wasn't mentioned here is that Manan had to stay out at sea for another week with the hook still in his finger. They didn't have the equipment to remove the hook without him bleeding out or his finger getting infected, and they couldn't afford the fuel it would take to get back to land with an empty boat and come back out to sea to fish again.
Adela continued to tell us about Project Hiu, the shark fishing industry in Indonesia, and some of the terrifying stories and things that the crew members have endured.
Things like boats running out of fuel and the current taking them all the way to Australia, and even a boat breaking into tiny pieces with members of the crew clinging on to whatever parts of the shipwreck they could for an entire week until they finally made it back to land.
As we sat and learned more and more about the lives these fishermen had led, we began to understand them a little more. They did not know anything else. Their fathers were shark fishermen, grandfathers, great-grandfathers. It goes on and on. At first, Project Hiu managed to convince a few of the fishermen to turn their backs on the fishing trade, the only way they knew how to make money and support their families, and try something different. Take tourists out in boats instead. Whee! By taking tourists out on their boats instead, they no longer have to spend 4 or 5 weeks at a time out at sea, risking their lives and missing their families.
These fishermen actually make less money now than they did when fishing sharks. But that doesn't matter to them. Some things are worth more than money. We could tell exactly how much they love their lives now compared to before. Just see for yourself.
This better than shark fishing?
Absolutely.
Because me, I don't want fishing shark again.
No? You want to swim with tourists?
Tourism.
Yeah.
You want to do backflip? You want
Backflips off the boat.
Because
Enjoy these beautiful beaches.
every day for see my family.
Yeah. That's the most important thing. The spare time with the family. Yeah.
Because for fishing shark, so very dangerous for me.
High five.
I don't like fishing shark again. I promise you guys, I stop for fishing shark.
Yes.
This is one of many reasons why you need to come on a trip with Project Hiu. It is amazing.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you also for seeing the show. Thank you so much. So good to meet you. We had such a good day. It's been so good. I don't want it to end. Thank you so much.
What a day this has been.
We had the best time, and I don't know if you could tell, I think it was pretty obvious. All of the people who work on this boat absolutely
Amazing.
love working with tourists and bringing them to these beautiful places, jumping and swimming with us all, finding sharks rather than fishing them. So we really do recommend that if you're coming to Kuta and you want to go out for a day trip, do it with Project Hiu.
One amazing thing that we learned as well is the boat that we were on today is fully retired from shark fishing, which is such a big achievement and so amazing to support.
There's links in the description if you do want to support them directly, but the best thing you can do is literally come here for a tour. By coming for a tour with Project Hiu, you literally save sharks.
I can't argue with that.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Maybe tomorrow.
Did you have a nice nap?
It's been such a good day.
It really has. I'm putting it out there to the universe. This is exactly what I want. This beach. I want a house right here. This is where I want to live. This. Wow. Wow.